folks that follow through the 1449, 108 miles an hour. Sure what happened with Eggy's car. I don't know if he had a trans brake issue or if he stomped on the loud pedal and the car just decided, I'm going to quit. It's John Reeder out of Topeka, Kansas. This is John's other car. Local folks around here know him for his 63 Chevy 2 with the blown big block in it. Nope, he decided he was going to take something just a little bit. Mustang and small block power out of class. Bill Charisse, Bill running the daily driver. Pontiac GTO. Excuse me, it's a 72 Le Mans, not a GTO. 76 at 98 miles an hour for Reeder. Charisse in the poncho. 17-14 at 78. Nyla Dowell. Big Chevy pickup truck. Watch this one. It's going to buff the fog out here. We will not have a mosquito problem after Nyla lets down the track. Start up with Brad Herb. That runs NHRA stock eliminated, but not this one. Runs through in the 1607 at 86 miles an hour, the 67 Malibu Mordor. Here's the Bamster. Dan Donahue out of Colorado. Driving his daily driver, 1968 Chevelle. Turn up with the Camaro here in the O'Reilly lane. On this drive. 121 miles an hour. Donahue, 11 and 70. Talked with Dan last night. Here he says not only does the car run well because of the more dense air at this altitude, but I can breathe, he says. He gets up in the morning and says, man, I'm good to go. All that extra oxygen, good for his body as well. An hour for the four-banger. I was going to build one. Wow. What a great combination. LS motor in a Pinto. Tim Reed. Small block power at it. O'Reilly lane. Yeah, they're small, they're light. It'll take anything to make them work. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to see John Huber run before, you're in for a treat. John out of the St. Louis area. A 4-cylinder, that's right, 4-cylinder, basically a Pitto motor with a turbocharger. It's not just a little turbocharger. He's got a monster turbocharger on this thing. It's going to yank the front wheels high in the air. And hopefully it'll run off and run. Oh, yeah! And the 4-bank zipping down the big end. 9:52 at 147, and he drugged the bumper for a couple of feet. Huber running on half the cylinders with twice the fun in small block power out of category. John Huser. Excuse me. No information on the Malibu. O'Reilly lanes tearing up. Vandenberg. Vandenberg is the guy who's looking for a license. He just lost the entire bumper off the car at the stripe.
Exhaust pipe off on the track.
That ain't good.
Got a truck. I'll go down there with you.
So we're going to back Sean Fling out.
How's it going? Exhaust pipe.
And we're going to run the safety crew down and retrieve the scrap metal off the racing surface. You know, I've heard of getting your doors blown off at the big end of the racetrack. I've never heard of getting your bumper blown off. I guess there's a first time for everything. Give us a second. We'll get back to racing action. We just got to pick up a couple of parts out there. Probably a couple of bumper bolts and a large hunk of chrome steel. Is everybody having a good time today? Drag Week 2011. Glad you could all come out. Need a show of hands. How many of you guys came out here just to watch today?
Is that Joey's car?
Does your boss know where you are? Okay, be honest with me. How many of you called in and said, I don't feel so good, I'm not coming in? Oh, you're pointing at your friend over there. Yeah, he did. Okay. I took the whole week off. This is just too much fun. I couldn't stay away. I want to thank everybody for coming out to Heartland Park. Hope you're enjoying your stay. If there's anything we can do to make it more enjoyable, or maybe we can help you find some parts or services for your car that will help you to get back down to the next racetrack, which is going to be Great Bend tomorrow, let me know. I've got pretty much all the local phone numbers for all the auto parts stores here. In fact, we've got a local one that will deliver for us or out Topeka Boulevard. We'll be more than happy to bring out parts. If you need plugs, wires, cap, rotor, whatever, maybe some gaskets, bearings, they can help you out. Flip open your cell phone or grab yourself a piece of paper and a pencil and write down this very important phone number for the local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Are you folks ready? It's area code 785-862-4749. Like I said, they are a great sponsor here at Heartland Park, Topeka. They'll be more than happy to deliver the parts out here and save you some steps and some time. Once again, 785-862-4749 for our local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. I want to thank them for helping us out here at Heartland Park. I also want to give a huge shout-out to the title sponsor for Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week 2011. That is Gear Vendors Overdrive. Also want to thank the folks at Rocket Brand Racing Fuel, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, Champion Lubricants, and MSD Ignition. Have you got your Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week 2011 t-shirt? I haven't got mine yet. I'm guilty. I have not picked mine up yet. They're $20 a pop. You can pick them up over there in the main pavilion, over there by the concession stand behind the main grandstand. You can pick those up. They're $20 a piece, or if you want to get 3 of them, we're going to knock $5 off the total price. You can get 3 for $55. We got 2 styles to choose from, and we've got those really, really special sizes. You know, the jumbo petite. We've also got the extra medium, along with regular small, medium, large, extra large. I think we go up to 2X, maybe even a 3X over there. But Sizes are limited. Quantities are limited. If you want to get yours, head over there right now. All right, here we go. Chris Penny and Sean Fling. Chris in the Mustang. Chris running in our small block naturally aspirated category. Sean Fling running his V10 powered Mercury wagon. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, it's a Fairlane wagon. In our daily driver category. Here we go. With his small block naturally aspirated machine. 124 mile an hour for Penny. Sean Fling rolls through with a 12:01. Good run for the little Ford wagon at 116 miles an hour. Here comes the Chevy Corvette of none other. Well, not quite sure what happened there. Our screen. Got a computer glitch that did not allow any times to come up on the screen. I'm interested in seeing this run down the track. Brand new Dodge Challenger. Late model. Lately, brand new. 426. Down there. 1178, 111 miles an hour for Jennings. Oars roll. Mark Tom, 72 Chevelle. Running in our daily driver category. He'll be in the National Guard lane. He's paired up with that beautiful Pugger Orange 99 Camaro, Steve Mashburn. Mashburn with that car in the daily driver category as well. Problems for Mark Cobb. They raise the hood on the Chevelle. Safety crew comes over and takes a look at it. Sneak a peek under the hood. They're going to put the pins back on it and say, okay, let's try this. His crew member just flashed 9 fingers at him. And I don't mean in a bad way. but held up the number 9, and I'm like, I wonder what that's all about. Driving his 67 Mustang Coupe, bright yellow machine that you see over there in the National Guard lane. Running in our Pro Street naturally aspirated Academy. Paired up with one of our daily drivers, that's Randy Franklin, in what he calls the vomit-colored 64 Skylark. Ooh, ick. And Randy just deposited a whole lot of gack on the track. We do not like gack. So we got to clean up on aisle 2. Bear with us here. Yeah, this one's going to take just a little while. Got some ugliness came out from underneath the car here of Randy Franklin. And Randy, I hope you wrote down the number for the local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. I'm thinking that's going to be cooling system related. I don't know if he popped a radiator hose or possibly a water pump. We'll get Randy fixed up. He'll be back in racing action here just shortly. Randy, the cool thing about Drag Week is there's a lot of people here who will help you out, buddy. Don't get down on yourself. We'll get it taken care of, and you'll be back to racing just as quick as you can. I cannot believe the sportsmanship and the helpfulness of all the drivers and spectators and people hanging out, pitching in. You have got a whole bunch of thrashers here who can help you get that thing back together. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. I need to run down and move my car, and I'll be right back to you. All right, I am back, and look at this. We got a great big 1964 Caddy. This is Eric Radzins running in the daily driver category. No, we're not going to Memphis because Elvis would be proud of that. Paired up with Randall Burns. Randall in his 77 Buick Skylark. Randall running. Radson's in the Caddy, goes 21-28 at 61 miles an hour, but he did it in style. Doc Fox, 598 cubic inch big block. Running in our Pro Street Power Adder category. This thing will get down and do it. Kevin Harrell, 1000 Chevy Camaro. Daily driver car in the O'Reilly name. Popping and bang. Clean up on the big end. Ontario, Canada. Here is Red Light Ross Dudley. Started in 1968 from the Roadrunner. Paired up with Bob Sanders. Sanders in the Drag Week Vacation. 41 Chevy Special. Doug Wheeler, that was beautiful. 68 Nova. Houston Alford. Big block power at him. 1991 Chevy Camaro. Doug Wheeler rolls through at 12:56 at 104. Tom Durham, daily driver Chevy Corvette. Richard O'Brien, 1970 Olds 442, also a daily driver. Larson and Travis Cannon. Cannon running in daily driver with his Pontiac Firebird. You're going to see him coming out of the water box in just a second. backing up. Larson in his unlimited 66 Chevy 2. The car is legal for NHRA Comp Eliminator and AA Altered Turbo. In fact, he ran it here at the national event. Went 2 rounds in Comp Eliminator for national event. This car right here. And then drove it home. Cameras on Larson. The tree came down. He did not even get an ET on that pass. Red lighted away. 69-109. Here's David Korf and Henry Diani. Korf in the Mopar, Diani in the Camaro. Diani running on our Pro Street naturally aspirated class. Rod Munchin. PA Dodge Dart. Bitsy Dodge. Bitsy is the designated driver so that her husband can drink beer this week. That's what he told me. They go drag me, take beer. Monte Carlo 1817 at 77 miles an hour. Bring up our next. Look at this. Here's Jeff Stantz and Mark Swank. Pardon that, folks. I had a phone. Category 1193, 115 miles an hour for Swank. Stant runs through with a 1447 at 88. Here's Charlotte Zeller, also known as Chuck, driving her 2005 Toyota Corolla Sport 4-cylinder, 40 miles to the gallon on track. It won't pay for us for husband's broken. Danny Morrison in the fair lane. They get a nice pass in the Orion at 8-12. 75 miles an hour for Zeller. As for her. Ooh, 60. 67? Can't tell from here. There's too much glare on the side. Yep, 67 Belvedere. Brian Gebhardt, running in the daily driver category. He's paired up with the unlimited machine of Tom McGilton, 34 Ford Coupe. Oh, hang on, folks. One of our unlimited entries. Good run for Adam Carey, driving his turbocharged Buick Grand National. Still has a 6-cylinder between the frame rails. Driver car paired up with Krause to a 1467 at 94 miles an hour. Michael Matty in his 66 Pontiac GTO convertible. Man, I know a lot of people who would just foam at the mouth for a car like that. Steve Satterley, 70 Chevy Nova. Martin, 1972 Chevelle. And George Browning III, 26 model Ford T. A sedan. That is too cool. Lewis Martin having some issues with his Chevelle. Had some stuff come out from underneath it. Getting that cleaned up. 152 and 127 for Warren. And I mean, he absolutely grabbed the starting line. Josh Wolf driving the Grand Prix. Last time out, the Grand Prix absolutely incinerated the right front tire. It was boiling it. Bryce Hungerford, 95 Chevy Camaro. Big block, naturally aspirated machine. Hungerford trying to get a hold of the racetrack. Finding nothing but weakness. Finally gets it down track. 10:33, 1:38. There's a lot left in that thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Chad Reynolds going to step up here and tell you what's on his mind.
I got a few things on my mind, folks. Attention in the pits, please, you guys. I know a lot of you guys are newbies out here to the drag strip, and I tell you what, nothing gets me aroused more than the fact that you're here. But please check your cars before staging lanes. We've a dozen cars on the starting line dumping fluids all over the place, and it is very hard with the shared staff here to make sure that everybody is being safe. And we are photographers out there waving and yelling and screaming and helping pay attention, but you guys need to police yourselves. Please make sure that your car is ready to be up here on the starting line. The staff here working their asses off. Great group of people. Appreciate all that. But really, you guys need to pay attention. If your junk is leaking, fix it. I do not want to see one of you guys going into the wall out here. I've been on Drag Week since the inception. It's the most bitchin' drag race in the history of ever, and it won't be if one of you wads up your junk.
Chad, I got a special favor to ask you. Okay, you're not from Kansas, are you?
Kansas, no.
You're not. Then you don't realize that on Mondays at noon. So can you please repeat that now that they know what's going on?
I like that. It's a good thing they don't have earthquake sirens in California. No, what I was saying is, folks, the crew out here is working real hard, but you guys need to help them out. You guys are coming up here with a lot of stuff that's leaking, and we can't have it. I have no official stake in this game whatsoever, except for the fact that I love this event more than anything else in the world. It out the door, 1064, 135, but he was losing parts. My guess, primary tubing for the headers. Those are multi-part headers in that car. It's a Mustang, which means it virtually sucks at every level to put any engine in it but a small block. Chevy. True, it'll make it faster. See, Bill Fowler's is an A460 trick flow combo, which means it's really a big block Chevrolet other than the cylinder block itself. So, you know, good to go. Anyway, folks, hope everybody is having a good time. Rick Johnson at Gear Vendors, you are the man. There is no better. I tell you, we love you. Love having you here. Aeromotive, Jesse, Steve, thanks for being a part of this. MSD, Ignition, obviously, NOS. Monty Smith out here doling it out with the crack dealer. Steve Hoke in the right lane. in his 66 Caprice. Beautiful car, 502 cubic inches. Runs it on E85 sometimes. Don't know if he's doing it this week with a whole bunch of spray. Donald McGinnis, I don't know if he's running spray this week. I have no idea what the F means. I can make something up. I've been kind of fired up this morning. Oh, he's starting line hard. The Mopar blazing the tires in the left lane. Oh, through the middle to the 824 with a 4. This isn't going to be his best lap, but runs it out 13:02, 101 miles an hour.
Guys and gals, here he is. Rick Prosperity 5 no. Runs to 61. On again, off again, back in it, down the track, turns off the timers, but an 894, 165. That car was climbing. It kept. What a pass for Prospero. He's got more in it. A little tuning on the chassis. It's going around. Here comes Doc in the C-Red 1968 Chevy Camaro. Pro Street naturally aspirated in the National Guard lane. He's paired up with Joe Court. Court running in our small block power adder class with his Chevy Corvette. Well, now that those of you This is cool. 1969 Shelby GT 500. I want one. Running in our modified, naturally aspirated category. This thing's injected. Look at that, 8 injector stack. Big black Ford for power. How cool is that? Keith Vandenberg, 1971 Nova. Daily driver category. We're doing some licensing passes here. Here it is. Known as the Urban Nova. Drew Disner. Now. Turbocharged. LS2 engine. And it is a very, very sleepy looking car. This thing is sleeping so hard it's comatose. On white wall tires. Dog dish hub cabs. How sleepy is Tom Taylor now. Tom driving his disco era 1979 Nova. Get down tonight, Tom. Troy Watson Crook, 1971 Camaro. Drags on the big end. 1203, 113 miles an hour. 1178, 114 in the O'Reilly lane. Chris Penny and Billy Gebhardt.
Let's go.
Friends and neighbors, if you need a motel room in Great Bend, we've got a racer who came up with an extra one. We're going to talk with the Chevelle that's in the gasser class. That's 67 Chevelle. It's the blue one. He's parked in between the main grandstand and the timing and scoring building down there, and they will get you hooked up with a room at the Days Inn in Great Bend. Look at the 62 Valiant, Billy Gebhardt. For Penny. Gebhardt runs through 1347, 1250. Stay consistent, buddy. Always a pleasure to watch these trucks run. The GMC Cyclone coming up here in the National Guard lane. This is Bill Kinzer. Nasty turbocharger. Watch this thing rolling through tech yesterday. And it's got a turbo on it big enough you could throw a cat through it. Rich Frost from the Orange Mustang. Modified power outer machine, and he had a heck of a blast his first time down the track. So hang on and watch Frost in the orange car. Kinzer, driver, GMC Cycle. Oh my goodness! Wow! Oh no! need to roll our safety crew as Rich Frost gets into the wall in the O'Reilly lane and then shoots across the other side. So we need to have everybody back except our safety personnel. Safety crew only on the track, please. Everybody else, please stay back. Let them do their job. We've got Rich Frost into the wall up there past the finish line. I was watching Bill Kinzer down here hop around on the starting line and didn't see what actually happened to Frost's car until it was into the wall. We got the safety crew in or out. Please, people, stay back. Let them do their job.
Who was that? It's my buddy Rich Frost. He'll be all right, dude. Okay. He'll be all right.
Safety crew is on site. Bear with us, folks.
I'm sorry, but this track is like a drag strip. Oh, the shittiest ever. We should not be racing.
It actually doesn't look like a weekend.
It doesn't. We should not be having these issues. How you doing, man?
And I apologize. I didn't see what happened. By the time Bill Kinzer's Rich Frost has already made contact with the O'Reilly wall and was on his way across the track, and hopefully he's okay down there. We'll get a call from the big end, and they'll let us know what's going on. But I do need to have everybody who is not safety personnel, if you are not a part of the Heartland Park Topeka safety crew, please stay back away. Let them do their job. Guys and gals on site. We're checking out Rich Frost, and as soon as I get word from the big end as to what his condition is, I'll let everybody know, but I'm not going to make any kind of speculation until I know for sure. And a great job of driving by Bill Kinzer of avoiding that. My goodness, he was really hauling the mail with his little Cyclone, and Frost veered in front of him, and Kinzer able to jump on the brakes, got it stopped in a hurry. He was able to avoid any kind of contact with Frost as he came across the track. Well, I just received word from the big end of the racetrack, and folks, when Med 1, our ambulance crew, arrived on the scene, Rich Frost says, no, I'm good. I don't need any help. But you guys go on your way. I'm going to get the car back to the pits and see if we can get this thing fixed and back ready to go. So, folks, big round of applause here for Rich Frost. Thankfully, he's doing okay. Sheet metal can be fixed, and we're glad that Rich is out here with us and doing well. So, good luck to you, Rich. If there's anything we can do, if we can get you any parts or whatever, give me a shout here, and I'll put the shout out, and we'll make it happen. Once again, congratulations. Rich Frost doing okay. And great job of driving by Bill Kinzer to avoid that with the truck. Wow, what a job. Well, folks, we got cleanup in both aisles. We got parts scattered around. It'd be a great time to eat. Give us here about, a few minutes. I'm not sure exactly how long or if we have any fluids out there, but got a little bit of cleanup. Have some fun. Enjoy this. And now would be a great time to also grab one of those T-shirts. 3 of them. We got a deal. Hot Rod Magazine has made available 2 T-shirts for this year's 2011 Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week. We got 2 styles. You can get each one for $20 a piece, or you can buy a combination of 3 shirts for $55. Stop on by and check them out. Big thanks to Gear Vendors, who is the title sponsor for Drag Week 2011. I also want to thank Rocket Brand Racing Fuel, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, MSD Ignition, and, of course, Champion Lubricants for jumping on board this year. If I can help you out with anything, my name is Ron Ward. I'll be up here in the tower all after not worse, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Guys and gals, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, we do have a racer in need. Anybody who's got a 12-bolt Chevy, I need your attention. If you don't have a 12-bolt Chevy, but you know where a ring and pinion is for a 12-bolt Chevy, we need a 373. Norm is up here in the tower. His phone number so I can get a hold of him if anybody comes up. But I need a ring and pinion for a 373 ring and pinion for a 12-bolt Chevy. So guys and gals, help him out. We got a racer in need here. He wants to continue with Drag Week, but he has busted up the ring and pinion in his 12-bolt and needs to get a replacement. If you've got a replacement, 373 for a 12-bolt, what's Steve got laying around? If you got a 373 ring and pinion for a 12-bolt, let me know, and I'll get you in touch with Norm, and he would like to be able to continue with Drag Week. Thanks, folks. Well, folks, for those of you who are watching us as we stream live on the internet, just want to let everybody know what's going on. Rich Frost hit the wall here just before the 8th mile mark and slammed over onto the other side. Rich is okay. He's up and out of the car. He's actually surveying the damage to see if he can get this thing back up and running. But we do have cleanup on both aisles 1 and 2, so we're going to be just a couple of minutes getting that all taken care of. So you can be working on your seats at work or answering phone calls or whatever. We're going to be just a little bit. You can tell your boss that you are hard at work. Do that for a little while. For those of you who are not watching us live on streaming video and you're actually here at Heartland Park, Topeka, we appreciate you coming out today to watch day number 1 of Hot Rod Magazine's Drag Week, presented by none other than Gear Vendors Overdrive. We do I just got a word from our track personnel that there's a whole lot of paint chips off both the car and the wall out there on the track, and that's very loose debris. So we're going to have to take a while here and sweep that up. We're actually going to get our coming around here to the starting line, and we're going to get all that loose stuff up off the racetrack. There is no liquid on the track, which is good. We got just dry stuff to get up, so we're going to broom that. And they tell us about, 15 to 20 minutes, we should be good to go. That'll give you time to get up and walk around, stretch your legs, get something cold to drink, maybe stuff a couple of hot dogs down your neck. Go over and check out those T-shirts that we've got. Hot Rod Magazine has got 2 different styles of T-shirts to choose from. They're $20 a pop, or you can get a set of 3. And you can mix and match sizes and styles. 3 of them for $55. Head on over, you can pick those up in the pavilion between the main grandstand and the concession stand. And like I said, we'll be back to racing action here in about 15. Just want to keep everybody posted. Good to have everybody here. I'm going to crank some music up and let you guys enjoy the afternoon. Wow, that was quick. How about a big round of applause for the Heartland Park safety crew? Got that cleaned up in a hurry. We're right back to racing action. Putting some water in the box. We're going to bring out the next pair of cars here. Looks like Chris Penny and Sean Anderson. Anderson in the Fairlane, Penny in the Mustang. Anderson's Fairlane running in our daily driver category. Small block, naturally aspirated machine for Penny. Quick cleanup. Way to go, guys. Traction compound. For those of you who are just now tuning in as we're streaming video, for those of you who would like to tune in, go to hotrod.com and click on the link to the Drag Week streaming video. I want to thank gear vendors for helping out with that, as well as MSD Ignition, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, Champion Lubricants, and of course, the official racing fuel. Just going to put a quick spray down here. A little more VP traction.
I just trust the hard there for a little while.
Well, folks, we're still looking for a 373 ring and pinion for a 12-bolt Chevy. If you got one available, or if you know anybody local who's got one, spread the word. We're looking for one. We got one fella here who busted up the rear end of his car, and he needs to have a set of gears to make it tomorrow. So once again, folks, we need a set of gears. 373 ring and pinion for a 12-bolt Chevy.
to go ahead and get in. We're about ready.
All right, we got both cars in the burnout box, both engines fired up. We're back to racing action here with Sean Anderson and Chris Penny. All right, back to racing action. Trying to scrounge up some parts here for a fellow racer who busted up the rear end. Got a 3 Series carrier or 4 Series. Gonna have to know. Joe Barry. The Vanilla Milkshake and Hugger Orange 56 Chevy. It's a great paint scheme. Running in unlimited. Basically run what you brung. And hoping to get from track A to track B to track C. Porcupine with so many cameras sticking up off the car. He's got one over the rear window, over the windshield, right on top of the roof, off the side. Look at that. He's a poster child for, was it a GoPro video? Wow. And you don't have to knock to come in the tower, just come on in. Satterley goes 10:47 at $1:32. Pickup truck rocking. 1093, 119 miles an hour, running in Pro Street, naturally aspirated. Nice pass for him. The daily driver, 1990 Mercury Cougar of Neil Sabo, runs through with a 1591 at a blistering 88 miles an hour. Sonic. 80 Chevy Camaro. Big block power adder machine. And Ross, I'm going to say Cherepki. Cherepkai. Okay, this just in from Keith Turk. First off, we're going to close the staging lanes at 2 o'clock. All right? First and foremost, you got to know that. If you're going to make a pass today, or if you haven't made the pass you think you want to turn in, you got to be in the staging lanes before 2 o'clock, because we're going to shut the lanes down at that point. If you have made the pass that you think is indicative of what you would like to run here in Scenes Drag Week 2011, then go ahead and proceed on up here to the tower and turn in that time slip if you have not already. While you're up here, do not forget, this is very, very important. There is a map that will be placed in your hands that's going to indicate the route that you must take to get to Great Bend. And folks, it's not a straight shot down I-70, I'll tell you that right now. But if you come up here and you turn in your time slip, you will be assigned a map. You must follow that map. And the only way to get it is to turn in your time slip. Once you have your map, and due to the extended time during the driver's meeting and our cleanup and everything we've had today, basically, if you want to leave the facility and head off to Great Bend, to SRCA, more than welcome to take off at this time. We are not going to gather today to lead one big group, but because of the time that we've expended this morning, both with the driver's meeting and some cleanup and so on and so forth, feel free to go ahead and head out towards Great Bend, but don't do that until you've turned in your time slip to Tanya and picked up your map. Otherwise, you're not going to know where you're going. So, hey, folks, if you are taking off, thank you so much for coming out to Heartland Park, Topeka. It's always a pleasure to have everybody here, and we'll see you on Friday. My name is Ron Ward. It's been a pleasure watching you guys race out here and having a good time with the 2011 edition of Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week. I want to give a big shout out to Gear Vendors. Thank you so much to you guys making it happen as our title sponsor. Also want to thank Rocket Brand Racing Fuels, Aramella Fuel Systems, Champion Lubricants, and our good friends over there at MSD Ignition. How is Todd? Has anybody seen Todd? Is Todd here this weekend? I like Todd riding. He is, man, I'll tell you what, he supported our series when I was with the NMCA with our True Street category like you've never seen. What a wonderful sponsor. Great guy. But hey, folks, once again, if you've already got your time slip turned in and you've already got your map picked up, if you don't have your map, if you forgot it, get up here. Tanya's got one extra copy. And yes, exactly. Great point, Keith Turk. You got to get your photographs taken at the checkpoints. Take your digital cameras, get a picture of your ugly mug, I guess I got the ugly mug. You know, I never thought I'd run into somebody who was better looking than me, but Keith Turk is. Anyway, I got a somewhat of a celebrity here I want to introduce to you. We got to say a big thank you to Steve Matusik. Steve, really, with Aeromotive Fuel Systems coming up here, we appreciate what you do for Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week.
Well, we're just glad to be a part of it. It's real exciting. It's good to see the crowds. It's good to see all the cars. And we got a couple of guys going on a tour with some parts in case somebody needs anything. So we're just glad to be part of it.
That, and while I have you right here in front of me, congratulations. Happy birthday. Big 5-0. That was yesterday, right? Half a second. You know what? You're not even halfway to my grandmother's age yet. She turned 106 yesterday. And glad to have you here. Always fun to have Steve Matusik and the Aeromotive crew here at Heartland Park, Topeka. And we'll see you Friday, Steve. Keith Turk just pointing this out to me. Hey, you got you got a wealth of technical knowledge out here at Drag Week, not only with your fellow racers and some of the crew members that are hanging out with these guys and helping them out. You've also got our sponsors here who are helping out, and Rick Johnson with Gear Vendors right there at the top of the heap. He can help you out and determine which Gear Vendors unit, if in fact you actually need a Gear Vendors. And if you got one in your car and you've got an issue with it, he's here to help. He's going to be at every race during Drag Week this week. And if you need any help with your Gear Vendors unit, or if you're interested in saving a couple miles to the gallon, and hey, gas is money, and who doesn't want to save money? Heck, you could probably pay for a Gear Vendors unit. It's something else. But, hey, stop on by. Talk with Rick Johnson with Gear Vendors. Got a display set up over there, and he'd be more than happy to tell you all about the Gear Vendors overdrive and underdrive units and tell you if one is right for your application. So, hey, Rick Johnson, thank you. Our title sponsor here with Drag Week 2011. Always nice to have you on hand. Jack Day with Rocket Brand Racing Fuels is also over there. The official racing fuel of Drag Week 2000, several years now. Good to have him with us. Still looking for a 12-bolt ring interior, so we're going to have to find out if that's going to be compatible with the one that Norm needs in his car. These guys. Goldstone. Driving in the 1970 Chevelle. Sean Bracken. $822 for Goldstone. Did you see that thing launch? He carried the front wheels about 10 inches off the ground, well past the 60-foot timers. A beautifully balanced display right there in modified power adder. What a great shot. Pedraza. Pedraza the 67 Mustang Coupe. Running our Pro Street natural aspirated gas. Randy Franklin, the Skyline, from 1217 at 112 miles an hour, 1162 and 114 for Pedraza. This one's got some guts. Tom Bailey, 69 Chevy Camaro. Modified power adder category. Ben Roach over here in the Orion. Driver, second choice to drive. I'm sorry. They like to make her up. The top was good, drink better than fun. Hey, when you go through the town of Dover today, Dan Nealon's wife will be out there for launch here with the kids enjoying the view as all the cars come by. Don't blame the missed over. For Tom Bailey. Paired up with Mark Swank. Swank in the 78 Chevy Corvette. Friday night under the lights here. Steve Ott. 1081-107 for Bryce Hungerford. Hawko suit. Oh, man, there's the magic word. They told me they got a cooler. They want me to come. How many of you guys want me to come on track? Disappointment, right? They'll let me do that? They just called this morning and confirmed my appointment for tomorrow at 7:30. Check this side. Oh, this ought to be a flag. Those 3-year-olds still. 10:28, 124. Good run for Tom Franks. All right, here comes the Pinto. Tim Reed. Making his way down the track. Small block power adder, 818. Wow, at 171 miles an hour. Hello. That's getting it done, son. We are enjoying our time. Run Magazine Track Week 2011 edition. Watch this, folks. Bill Kinzer had to do some fancy braking action to avoid Rich Frost's orange Mustang in his lane last pass. Watch the rear end of this truck. It counts. And the Cyclone in the 10s. 1099, 126 miles an hour for Kinzer. Mark Todd had a tough time getting down the racetrack on his last pass with the Chevelle. Absolutely off the rail when they get the racetrack. 170 miles an hour. You gotta love it. 137, 137 miles an hour for Bill. Adam Carey goes 1221, 115 miles an hour in his turbocharged Regal. Greg Orr and lots of cars. Orr in the Challenger, looking for gears. I want to challenge Greg Orr to try something here. Can you do me a favor and let Mike Crow drive your car? Just one time, please. Here's Dale Gebhardt and Gary Ross. Gebhardt in the 1966 Plymouth Satellite. For our daily driver cars, Gary Ross coming up here in his Mustang. Modified power adder category. And I've had two guys, actually three guys now, come up here, twist my arm, trying to get me to go on drag me. I'm like, oh man, I would love to. I gotta get this drill. Dale Gebhardt, 1280. Ready to rock. At 179 miles an hour. What a pass. Hey, wait a minute. Why aren't you at work? Take the day off? Barry Lute's out here playing around in the sun, having fun. He's supposed to be running a press brake or a turret punch or whatever else. He took the day off, let everybody else work. All right, here comes Chad's dad. Walt Reynolds, driving his blue 68 Z28 Camaro. 302 cubic inch small block. He's paired up with Eric Radzins. Radzins in the 64 Caddy. We're going to go to see what Cleveland blew this afternoon. comes the real McCoy. Rumor has it he stole this from the Hatfield family fair and square in a fist fight. Brent McCoy. At 125. Good run for Brent McCoy. Well, guys and gals, we got another parts request. Anybody has a spare 4L60E transmission laying around? We have a driver in need who needs one. I don't know if anybody's running a 4L60. I know there's a lot of glides. There's no 400s. If you got a 4L60E, give them a try. In our big block naturally aspirated category. $11.65, 113. Well, guys and gals, don't forget your last chance to get a T-shirt before we leave Heartland Park, Topeka. Pick them up behind the main grandstands. They're in the pavilion. Got two different styles to choose from. They're $20 a pop, or you can get three of them for $55. Take it back to work next week and say, yes, I was there. 2011 Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week. Disapproval as he left the starting line. Randy Franklin gets there first in the 64 Skylark. 12:42, 112 miles an hour for Randy. Tom Gilsdorf goes 12:90 at 107.
It's just a bill.
Once again, guys and gals here in the pits, if you happen to have a spare or an additional, or you know where there is a 4L60E General Motors transmission, you got a driver in need, got to have one. Busted one up pretty bad. I love it. 69 vintage GT500 Shelby. These are not growing on trees. In our naturally aspirated modified style. Jay Brown paired up with Dale Kemler. Dale, 66 satellite. You see him here. Go Riley Lane. Boys and gals, don't forget, as you leave the track today, you might be a little hungry. One of our Heartland Park Topeka business partners, it's a great one. You get it on whatever combination of bread you want, you know. I like the honey oat myself. But they got the $5 foot long, and it's just north of the racetrack here. You can catch one on the way out of town. Support those businesses that support racing in our community. Stop on by Subway. Eat fresh. 108 at 155 miles an hour. Good run. Clock on the wall says 134. We're going to close the staging lanes at 2. You got yourself 26 minutes to get into the lanes if you need to make another pass. If you have already made the pass that you want to make, and you've got your time slip in your hand, bring it on up here to Miss Tanya Turk. I should say Mrs. Tanya will get your time slip, get it recorded, and she will also hand you a map that will give you directions on how you are to proceed to Great Bend, Kansas. You guys are going to be racing tomorrow at SRCA Drag Strip out there in Great Bend, which is a fantastic facility. One of our Division 5 brothers. Great crew out there with SRCA. You're going to really enjoy your time. If you're looking for a burger and a beer, hit the Chapter 2. Great place to go. All right, here comes Steve Hawk. For many, many, many years, 1971 Stingray. Little Corvette was charging hard with a small block in it. Now he's got this beautiful 66 Caprice, and it runs hard too. Daily driver, Hawk, big block power at her class. Throwing some spray with the big block. 1272 at 108 for a Hawk. Gilsdorf runs through with a 1287 at 107. Sean Brackett, 73 Chevy Laguna, bringing daily driver. I like this car. I've always liked that body style. Keep it straight. Got 4 more days. Well, we got a quiet moment. Hey, everybody. Let's give Hot Rod Magazine a great big round of applause and tell them thanks for putting on such a great program here. Dave Freiberger and the crew with Hot Rod Magazine, including Keith and Tanya Turk and all the folks that made it possible. Big round of applause for them. Thank you, folks, for a fantastic way to kill a Monday here in Topeka. Oh, that didn't sound good. Doing the burnout. Car lost fire. This is Frank Romano. I don't recall seeing Frank's car run, but we do have 177 cars. He's having trouble just getting out of the water. Hopefully Romano can get the car down the track. Romano running in big block, naturally aspirated. All the way in from New York. Spin the tires off to the first. Getting close to the center line. 55. Frank Romano goes 1282 at 107 miles an hour. Bill Fowler, naturally aspirated, big block powered Ford Mustang convertible. Fowler put the top up for this pass, looking for some aerodynamic efficiency. 529. Steam going at the big end. 1075, 137 miles an hour. As he blasts through the corner. 110 miles an hour for Tom. I am going to put out the final lanes. Final call to lanes. We're going to shut them down in 20 minutes. Final call to the staging lanes. Anybody wants to make another pass? This is your last chance to get into the lanes. Final call. So we're going to shut them down at 2 o'clock.
That was insurance and NHRA member track.
Out to Rocket Brand Fuels, the official fuel of Drag Week 2011. Aeromotive Fuel Systems bringing along their full crew for support. They've got pumps, they've got regulators, and they've got Steve Matusik helping out. That's how much this guy loves motorsports. I mean, racing in general. Steve not only owns the company and manufactures the product, he takes them out and runs them on his own vehicles, tests them out. Everything from his Super Street Maverick clear up to his Pro Mod Mustang. Running Aeromotive Fuel Systems parts, testing them, checking them out, making sure that they're good enough for your car. If they're good enough for his, they got to be good enough for anybody's. Champion Lubricants helping out. MSD Ignition, and of course our title sponsor, Gear Vendors. Rick Johnson and the crew. What a better place to try out a Gear Vendors unit than on Drag Week. Also the gallon, keeping the wear and tear engine, and still strong enough to hold up to the small blocks and big blocks. Put through the drive line.
Get that guy running, that'll probably be the last guy.
Credit. Quality of the Gear Vendors unit. Got just a few more minutes left that you can run over and grab